A reading from the Holy Gospel according to Luke, chapter 7, verses 11 to 17. The passage is taken from the Message version of the Bible. Not long after that, Jesus went to the village Naim. His disciples were with him, along with quite a large crowd. As they approached the village gate, they met a funeral procession. A woman's only son was being carried out for burial, and the mother was a widow. When Jesus saw her, his heart broke. He said to her, "Don't cry." Then he went over and touched the coffin. The pallbearer stopped. He said, "Young man, I tell you, get up." The deaf son sat up and began talking. Jesus presented him to his mother. They all realized they were in a place of holy mystery, that God was at work among them. They were quietly worshipful and noisily grateful, calling out among themselves, "God is back, looking to the needs of his people." The news of Jesus spread all through the country. The Gospel of the Lord.
Good morning. I am Father Joscuti Matthew, and this is Coffee with God. Let us now listen to a short reflection on the Holy Gospel according to St. Luke, chapter 7, verses 11 to 17. Do not weep. The Lord was moved with compassion, says the Gospel today, while describing his encounter with the widow of Naim, who was burying his only son. Pope Francis emphasizes the importance of moving beyond mere sympathy to true compassion. He explains that while it is natural to feel sympathy for others in need, true compassion involves actively getting involved in their problems. Our feeling of sympathy should lead us to be compassionate. For instance, when faced with a hungry crowd, Jesus didn't just sympathize with them, but took charge and instructed the disciples to feed them. This serves as a powerful reminder for all of us to engage with and support those in need rather than turning away from their struggles. Compassion enables a clear perception of reality, acting as the lens of the heart. Pope Francis explains that compassion is both a vulnerability and a strength of God. Compassion is the divine language, while the human language often reflects indifference. When someone in need approaches us for help, our typical response is to avert our gaze and walk away, illustrating our indifference. In today's Gospel, Jesus comforts the mother by telling her not to cry. It's a tender display of empathy as Jesus reaches out and touches the stretcher. The widow of Naim and her deceased only son could symbolize Jesus himself and his mother Mary. As a widow, Mary would also mourn the loss of her only son. In that moment, the Lord offers his comfort. Do not weep. Jesus was deeply moved. After the resurrection, Jesus would repeat these words to Mary Magdalene, "Do not weep." In today's Gospel, we read that after raising the dead man to life, Jesus handed him over to his mother as the best gift. Jesus' actions deeply affect people. Who could this be? Feeling God's presence is both awe-inspiring and filled with grace.